Hey everyone, welcome back again to Spiritual Growth Tarot and Astrology. I doubt I'll use any astrology this week though, but I'm going to dive into Trump's week. We're going from Sunday, November 12th through Saturday, the 18th, 2023, of course. So, other than that, just wanted to say welcome if you're new. If you're a new subscriber, we have a great community here. Thank you so much for being with us. And other than that, I'm just going to swap out cameras and bring you over my table. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm starting off with the Visions of Life Tarot. So bear with me while I get the cards mixed up really well. What is going on this next week for Dumpster Donnie? I'll do a Celtic Cross. With this deck, we pretty much go by the images. I mean, I do have the cards, which card it is written on up in the upper corners of the minors, because it doesn't hold true with the Rider-Waite-Smith at all. So, but we can go either way, and I'll leave them upright because I can't really see any reason to do reversals with this deck. If you're new to my channel, it's the first time you see this deck, you'll understand once I get the cards laid out. Okay, so Celtic Cross. I'm going to do forces in motion, challenges, cross currents, what he has under control, what he's done in the past, what's hanging over him, near future, what is he attracting, how other people are influencing his week, and his distant future, and then the outcome for the week. Okay, so obviously this is, ooh, yikes. Okay, he's got the death card. He's getting clocked. I mean, just see what I'm saying about those images? He's getting clocked by Father Time. Karma. Yeah. This is ruled by Scorpio, and we've been through all of that. Well, we still have, don't we still have Mars in Scorpio? Yeah, no, we still have three. We still have a stellium in Scorpio. It's just that my brain's always into the next week because I just uploaded it yesterday. We have Mercury moving into Sag, but we still have that stellium in Scorpio, and this is indicative of that. God. Okay, so the forces in motion this week is that something's going to be a painful loss, an ending. Something's going to give him that whoop right upside the head. Most likely, if we go with the images, it has to do with money, but maybe this guy's getting clocked because he had his hands in the, cookie jar, piggy bank, like Trump always does. Maybe that is most of what is ending for him. Okay, his greatest challenge this week. Yeah, that's exactly what I was feeling. The money, it's about the money. So his challenge is to be able to keep enough money coming in to satisfy his, all of his false needs in life. Yeah, like he really needs that private 757 Boeing, What he needs to do is wake up and smell the cat box. Okay. What is he sitting in, and with some control? Oh, time to just flip him over. Well, with the rivalry card, 7 of Wands, I suppose he has control over pulling some money out of accounts and putting them in other people's names, and that's what he's been doing. That's exactly what he's been doing. This position down here is so much about, how a person is resourced. So that's what he's been doing. He's been moving money. His near past, we have the we have the Empress card. So with the Empress, I don't know. On one level, I feel like it's mommy issues. On another level, I think that he's just constantly trying to nurture himself in all the wrong ways. I feel like it's about him. I'm always looking for the money and pleasure any time he can get it, whether it's positive pleasure or not. God knows he's so indulgent in negative pleasure, and that's it'll turn against him. What's hanging over him? That's interesting. I would say some bad news. I'm wondering if you remember that news dump that we got yesterday about, I can't remember how many, I don't think they named, well, no, they didn't name anyone, but they spoke to a number of, but I don't know if we know what the number is, how high it is. But it was a report that came out. I posted it in my community section. I did a free share from Washington Post, so anybody could go there and read it. And bottom line is there's going to be exposure. I don't know if they're going to name names, but anyway, they shut down a big ring of, like they called it a brothel, that went, when I was Boston and Virginia, and there were other places that I can't remember. He's in it. His name is in there probably, because this card is all about bad news, and it has to do with where you were attracted, to something on a very immature level. And now this was like Asian. It was a Chinese ring that did it. A sex crime ring is what they called it. So we know that there was trafficking. There would have been trafficking. So he's involved in that, of course, because he's always been involved in money laundering. He's always been involved in as Sarah Kensingdorf named it quite aptly a few years ago, the transnational money laundering crime ring. He's always been in that since his father was in that, so that's what he inherited. His near future is more of that time with the devil, more addiction, like it says on the card, more bondage, more blind spots, more abuse. Great, looks like a great week. To have the death card and the devil right next to each other, with the King of Pentacles on its side, not good. No wonder he wants mommy. Okay, what he's attracting, we have the Tower card. Now, of course, they have spelled it wrong here, and you give him so much credit because this deck came from Italy, so it's a language translation that just wasn't checked out. But this is the Tower card. This is what he's attracting. So I don't know if it'll be this week, but it's coming soon at some point. So, of course, it's more than a tower moment with him. It has to do with, him falling, majorly falling. And this would have to go with Trump Towers. So probably what's going to happen this week, I hope, I'm not sure. It felt like it when I was looking at the astrology for the week, when I was doing that reading yesterday. It looked as if there could be a decree that comes out from Judge Engeron on his business fraud trial, on Trump's business fraud trial, and that would be Trump org, because the towers, Trump Towers. But on another level too, we literally could read the photo or the artwork, in that this guy comes home and his wife's getting it on with his attorney or an attorney, and maybe he's gonna maybe Trump's gonna be getting a divorce. It seems that Melania makes little appearances. He's probably contracting her out to do that, and then she goes back. And I've always known she's had a lover for years, and it's not Trump. How others are influencing the situation? Well, they're trying to get away from him. They're trying to shake that off. Oh my God. Okay, distant future. Yeah, Nine of Swords. Well, besides it being like the Nightmare card and the Dark Night of the Soul, which I think he's probably had coming many times over and never gone there, look at the little skull down here. It's like, whoa. But it's all about what's on social media, right? He's an idiot. He's the things that he says, now he's taking, and it's true though, but he's been taking a lot of credit for dismantling Roe v. Wade, because he's the one that packed the courts to make that happen. Okay, and then, whoa, all these majors, man. The outcome for this week, we have the World card. So completion is happening. Not that he'll feel like he's complete inside or whole inside. He's empty. He's basically an empty vessel with one little divine spark that we all have, but he's never nurtured his into the flame that it should be. He's just got this little fleck of, something inside, but it can't see its way through all the murk and the mud. Which is why, that's why we all call him the dumpster dude, right? Yeah. Lock him up. Okay. That looks good with the tarot. That's amazing, actually, those cards. Okay, so let's look at, I want to use, let me use the Kipper first. I might use the maybe Lenormand after. But let's look at legally. Because we did have that Tower card there. We did have the Devil card. We did have a lot of problems. And that Empress card can be very indicative of creativity problems. And, of course, he's all aligned with the religious right. And not like he has any religion at all or any connection. He's putting himself... He posts pictures on Truth Social. I think I bitched about this last week, about him putting, art up that has Jesus by his side. It's like, I think not. Anyway, okay, what is going to come down for you this week? Okay, so here's the center card. Oh, hold on. Actually, let me bring this down this way. And a little bit more. Okay, that should do it. These cards are quite smaller. That other deck is quite large. Okay, so he's working on what? Is he really working? Yeah, I wonder what's he working on. This week is about him working. Who's this gal? Is he working Ivanka? Normally that's the daughter card. Yeah, to bring in the money. Oh, Melania shows up. Okay. Oh, he's offering Melania money, I think, there. And then here he is. This always happens. She's always leaving the reading. Their backs are always faced each other. I don't know who that support is. Oh, you know what? This probably does have to do with the business fraud trial, because I really feel like this is Ivanka, and of course she just pretty much said, "I don't recall," over and over again. She played it smart. That's one little bit of credit we can give her. But loyalty. I think he's working on Melania, or Melania's working him. And this could be Melania's dad, and there could be some support there, because it's behind him. It's not supportive of him. It seems to be supportive of her, where she's in control. And she does have financial backing behind her. And often when the cards come through, they're stand-ins for a couple different meanings. And this could be Melania's, maybe Melania knows something about some younger woman that he was with. and she's working him because she has documentation proof, and she has this ambition to get money from him because or for her loyalty. Because this is really interesting here. That's what I'm getting there. So that's a little side note, or a little back, what do we say, that backstory, personal backstory, because Melania came through. Okay, here's Jack Smith. Ooh, imprisonment for the documents, Jack Smith's strategy, the stolen documents. So, you know, this has to do, now possibly this could be Mark Meadows' immunity deal that was granted by Jack Smith that is sneaking up behind Trump. I mean, I think this is more than restriction here. I think the soul journey that Trump is on is to be locked up. I think he will be, or he'll get real close and then croak or something, you know, because that reading I did about when he's going to cross over I got March 2025. So we'll see if that comes true or not. But for a long, long time, Melania has known about this younger woman, and Trump's that's weighing down on him, you know, that information and that knowing that she knows, and that's, you know, a big thing. But he's really concerned about Jack Smith, because this is really important. Jack Smith has he has subpoenaed for details. So this would be the details for all of Trump's deals that he was, you know, developing over a long period of time in Saudi Arabia, and I think it was Turkey and Kuwait, and even in France and China, going all the way back to, you know, when he first was inaugurated, so 2017, so January 2017. And we have to remember that the business fraud trial, all of those, I'm sure all those documents are shared or being shared with, I'm sure Tish James and Judge Engeron will, you know, share all of those, or have been sharing the paperwork with Jack Smith, because he has subpoenaed for them. And then here we are with the you know what, I might as well start shuffling the other deck while I'm talking. He's subpoenaed for them, and I get the feeling that it's going to connect, Jack Smith is going to connect everything back to, you know, Trump turned everything over to he supposedly divested his company and turned it over to the kids, but he didn't really. And he also, like, he promised he wouldn't make any foreign deals, but I think he did, and I think that Jack Smith is going to get that. He's going to find that. And yeah. So there's something there about that with the Kipper, I could tell. And then also, if I remember correctly, you guys would have to look this up because I'm not positive, but I think that Jack Smith subpoenaed everything for the LIV, you know, LIV golf tournaments that are, you know, that's coming from Saudi funding. So I think that's going to affect Jared. That would be why we had that little guy down here. That would have been Jared's card in the Kipper. So, okay. Right here. Yep, something shocking. Let's see, this one I think I can bring down quite a bit more. These cards are really small. Okay, something shocking. This could also be wire transfers. For the bloviating bag of hot air that Trump is. And here he is. It's out in the World Wide Web. It's also how he charted his course. Let's keep going. The thief that he is, change is happening, change is coming for him. That will be a very painful loss for when he was 45. This might be the beginning of removing him. What is it? What do they call that when they take away? Well, I don't know. It's never been done, has it? We've never gone through where a president has been removed from. They lose their pension, they lose their benefits, they lose everything. I forget what it's called, but he'll be seen as an illegitimate president. Yeah, those changes are being talked about already. So at the core of this week, there's something shocking that's going to come through, and it could be, something comes out online. This isn't my social media card though, but it does have to do with something spreading. And what is spreading is his predatory, this is the predator card, his predatory grifting and stealing. And it's going to create change for him that'll be a very painful loss. And we're going to be talking about it. Predatory secrets, predatory lending, predatory accounting. Yeah. And his lunacy will be on full display. Also with the family. Yeah, and he's going to be awarded this painful loss. Money changes that are creating a loss. Transaction details, gifts. This possible. Yeah, okay, so and he's attracting all this. I'm going to keep going. Or just a little bit more. Get the full picture here. Okay. So I'm getting wire fraud in this. And I don't know if it'll happen this week, but maybe it comes through because of the Tish James Judge Engeron business fraud trial in New York. And then Jack Smith and Judge Chuckin. It could affect all his other cases. And it also could be something that comes through with the Hush Money Alvin Bragg, case, because that one is criminal. The business fraud case is civil, but it could turn into something criminal. And I think we could probably bet money that will happen. Because we've got wire transactions here. Online wire transactions. Online wire, money changing hands to be washed, going from one organization to another. And this network. This is my Putin card. I don't think he's, mobile now, but still it's all a big connection. And this could be the server here. Maybe they get evidence. Maybe there's evidence of what's on a server. Remember back in, I think 2015 or 16, excuse me, there were all those those pings coming from, hold on, I'm going to get water. Oh, that's better. There were all those pings coming from a server that was tracked from Russia into Trump Tower. Something like that is what I'm getting. Money to the server, little bits of money being stolen, laundered, washed, and they're somehow recognized that there's a reckoning. Jack Smith and Alex Whiting are really good. I mean, look right here, money laundering, wire transfers, money laundering, the server where the money laundering happens. So probably money coming in from other countries as well as super PACs, and it's disguised with little amounts. You know, little amounts, but there's always these are poops that I drew in, but you know, these could be the breadcrumbs, the trail of, you know, they're following, literally Jack Smith following the money. Yeah, so an independent investigation on this predatory way of laundering money. That's what Jack Smith's working on. Interesting. Okay, and then there's going to be some surprising information that comes out. And this could very well have to do with that, you know, Chinese brothel that got busted. As well, it can be more than one thing that comes out this next week. And let's see, with this could be Putin's card, or it could also be something short term. But I think it's more Putin and the conflict, and maybe money from the war in Ukraine that is somehow is flowing into Trump's coffers and nurturing his coffers, basically. And he's sucking that in. He's attracted to it. Putin and Trump attracted to the money because that's all they're about. And again, the money coming from Putin, you know, flying back and forth, online, wire, all of that. Yeah, I don't think I need to say anything more about this. Yeah, I mean, it's all right here. I mean, I could tell you how I got there, but I just told you what it is. So if you want to know how I got there, you can go to my membership section and join at the lessons level, and you'd learn everything I know. So, okay, I am going to get this uploaded and wish you the best weekend ever. Take good care, you guys. Bye.